Even emails getting too slow these days. Recent studies show that people prefer to instant or text message for immediate response. Smart car starting at $11,500, but a convertible will run you $17,000. This is an exclusive you'll see only right here on News 12 Connecticut. I found out that 2 iron workers involved in the construction of the Royal Bank of Scotland here in Stamford behind me are under arrest. We are suiting up for a lesson here at Greenwich Polo Club. I'm Heather Kovar. You too can play. I'll explain right here on News 12 Connecticut. Today is Earth Day, and a local man is using the occasion to spread the word about a term he's coined. Are you a scuppy? Find out.
Green is good. Living green is good.
You're a scuppy?
I guess I am a scuppy.
I just actually started a company doing alternative energy, so yes, I would say so.
He's a scuppy.
I'm a scuppy.
A scuppy?
A scuppy.
What is it?
A scuppy is a person who lives well, but likes to give back to the environment.
I'm a scuppy. Organic puppy biscuits, yeah. Organic for the lawn, recycling.
Organic guacamole.
Stanford resident and Scuppy.com creator Chuck Falia says a coworker once said that she couldn't believe a yuppie scum like him would do volunteer work. That got him thinking. S, socially, C, conscious, U, upwardly mobile, P, people. Scuppies.
You don't have to chain yourself to a redwood tree the way a hippie might do. And you don't have to completely ignore your carbon footprint as many yuppies do.
Some strict environmentalists have attacked his movement online. He says Scuppies could do better, but they do something. Scuppies take the train, but they may also drive their SUVs to organic local markets. The tables in his home are from Novica.com, which facilitates free trade. Says Scuppies also shop at places like Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams in Greenwich.
Our back cushions are partially soy-based.
The Scuppy goal, Falia says, is to bring up demand and production of eco goods to bring down the price.
For Earth Day, for you, I will be a Scuppy.
And you might remember the Preppy Handbook. Remember that one? Well, in the same vein, the Scuppy Handbook will be released around Christmas.
I think that last guy had a little crush on you.
Oh, he was so sweet.
He's willing to be a Scuppy just for Heather Kovar.
He claimed that he wasn't a Scuppy at all. He tried to take the train, but since it didn't fit his schedule, he had to take his big SUV Escalade, drive it into the city. So he said, so I'm not a Scuppy. But when I asked Charles about that, he goes, you know what? They do the best they can. He was at least trying to take the train, so he really is a Scuppy. Jim Johns took Apple Box Studio in Wilton digital 4 years ago. He warns, though, those CDs you make for friends won't last forever.
You can burn your images to a CD and come back to them a year and a half later and not be able to read the CD.
Make sure you ask for archival CDs. You can get them guaranteed to last for up to 300 years. But don't just have one copy.
Have a couple of CDs. Have them on a hard disk somewhere and on a CD somewhere else. Or have them online.
There's a wealth of choices online for photo storage and sharing. We have links to the following on news12.com. There's Shutterfly.com, KodakGallery.com, Flickr. I'll offer free services to upload and store pictures. There's also Snapfish.com and ImageStation.com. You can make greeting cards, even order photo books. So maybe you will still accumulate a shelf of books. Slide.com lets you get creative and build slideshows for your blog or MySpace. Photobucket.com is a place to store digital video. Having this backup online can come in handy if the unthinkable happens. You never know when a fire like this on Monday in Stamford could rob you of your belongings and photos. John's advice here, too, is to not rely on one online video storage. It's hard to know how long any of these websites could be around. Some will even deactivate your account if you go too long without ordering or uploading.
This one is, yeah.
Johns uses online services so he can immediately send proofs to his clients, say, after he shoots their wedding. However, he chooses one that offers security measures so his images can't be stolen. Be sure to check security and guidelines of the service you choose. You might pay many of your bills online, but when it comes to needing a stamp, you have 37 and 39-cent stamps. Where are those 1-cent stamps? Plus, the cost of mailing a letter is going up again.
Aren't they 42 cents now? Or 37 cents? I don't even know.
Now they're 41 cents. But come May 12th, it'll cost 42 cents to mail a letter.
Oh boy. But that's it adds up when you mail, a lot of letters.
Well, a lot of times people have stamps left over, and then you might need like a penny or 2-cent stamps here and there.
Just did it the other day. I found an old stamp, and then I had to add another stamp to it but it was like double the cost. Happens a lot.
Instead of buying books of 41 cents, the Postal Service recommends buying the Forever stamp. You can still get them for 41 cents now, and they will be good after the price hike.
If they came in rolls, I would probably buy them.
However, to buy a Forever stamp after May 12th, you will pay 42 cents.
When I first started out in my own business in '86, it was 22 cents.
He points out, with increases over 22 years, a stamp is almost double.
I don't know if that's consistent with the inflation rate or cost of living, but it seems like a lot.
It might be a sticky subject, but compared to gas, in 1986, the national average per gallon regular was around $1. Nearing $4 a gallon, it's quadrupled.
I have a mail order business, and we were hit very, very hard in the last stamp increase.
The United States Postal Service says it will adjust mailing prices each May. You can read more on its website, which the post office is trying to bring attention to this week, calling it USPS.com week. And while you're online, be sure to send an email bugging you at news12.com. With What's Bugging You, Heather Kovar, News 12 Connecticut. People are already bugged about soaring gas and food prices. But now, with more Fed cuts and the investment bank debacle and today's announcement of higher wholesale prices, what does it all mean?
Vegetables are going up, everything's going up.
Yes, maybe everything. The latest wholesale price report has items outside of food and energy up 0.5%.
And that's a significant increase, and a good chunk of that is going to be passed on to you and I in the products that we buy outside of food and energy.
Dr. Edward Deek is chair of the Department of Economics at Fairfield University.
We're entering into a period of uncertainty.
Dr. Deek is also a member of Governor Rell's Economic Advisory Council. He speaks on how the economy is affecting working class people here in southwestern Connecticut.
It's difficult to secure a mortgage, far more difficult than it was 2 years ago.
News 12 financial correspondent Bob Plunkett spoke on the issue on News 12 Connecticut.
Of course, you're going to find a huge amount of trouble, even if you have very good credit and such, trying to find mortgages and trying to get different kinds of personal loans.
A lot of people don't run budgets.
Dr. Deek says this isn't a time to panic, just a time to figure out what spending you can cut. And don't expect the Federal Reserve's 3/4 of a point cut to help right now.
The direct effect is probably very little. You're not going to see much of an effect on credit cards. You're not going to see much of an effect on home mortgage rates. And I think the government is going to have to take more action.
Right now we're dealing with a difficult situation.
President Bush announced his administration is prepared to take further action if necessary beyond his economic stimulus plan. Dr. Deek says the tax rebates are a start, but not a long-term solution in this economy.